Hello and welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, to the DPC South America Division 2 Game 2 between Gorillas Pride and Interitus. My name is Dktruman and joining me on the mic is Sparks. And could you give us a quick recap, Sparks, of that first game?
Yeah, I mean, that first game was really fun to see. Gorillas Pride, definitely the stronger team. A little bit too many mistakes on the side of Interitus, leading to quite a convincing victory on Gorillas Pride. A quite quick victory as well. They really just knew what they were doing, and that gyrocopter was an absolute beast. That's my professional recap.
Yep. Absolute beast.
Absolute beast.
Yeah, that was a pretty problematic first game. Right now, though, a hero that actually got banned out first phase, the Mars, does get chosen by Gorillas Pride. The rest of the bans are pretty similar, except they added a Bane ban on Interitus because, well, to be fair, it was a very good Bane game being played.
Yeah, absolutely. They really want to get that Bane out. That Bane was very annoying for them, so it's definitely a very understandable ban. The first pick, Mars, on Gorillas Pride. Do you have any insights on that?
Disruptor.
Well, Mars with Disruptor, for instance, is a very good combo, but in general, Mars, like, with any ranged core out there, it's a big plus. The region especially loves Mars by a ton, and Kara is a lover of the hero, though I do also believe that they tend to sometimes play him in the mid lane if possible. We'll wonder if that's going to be the case this time around, but yeah, Mars Disruptor, always nice. You see Mars comboed with, like, for instance, a Dusa a lot of the time in this region as well. Add in a Voker, and then you kind of have everything before the winter break. I haven't seen a Dusa in quite some time lately. I mean, ever since the winter break in the DPC season. Maybe we'll get to see something fun. I do like the fact that they banned out the Bristleback, though, because on the opposing side, FCR is a very heavy Bristleback spammer.
Oh, I see. I was going to ask about that as well, because Bristleback doesn't seem like a very specifically strong hero. I mean, he's a decent hero, but I don't think he's specifically strong, right, in this patch?
No, it's not really a great hero, mainly because most heroes that are at the moment just loved are either very tanky, which it takes quite some time for the Bristle to break through that HP barrier, or they are very evasive, and then Bristle has to chase them all over the place and can't really get the damage in. So it is not easy to try and catch them in that regard.
See the quad ban on the side of Gorillas Pride as well. They just didn't really want to deal with that anymore, which is very fair. I love to see Mars. That you said, you know, that they sometimes put in mid. I love that. I think Mars is a great hero. And yeah, I mean, I've seen, you know, I've seen Mars as position 1 as well, which was very interesting. Don't ask where I saw that, because you don't even want to know. It's you know, trash. But yeah, it's really great to see that. I think Mars is can be a very versatile hero. So anytime he's picked up, I'm actually quite excited.
It's also one of those heroes that lately is more of an armlet builder, which is superb because the armlet is kind of like the off-laner's heaven item currently. It makes him very OP, especially with the Helm of the Iron Will during the laning stage. Batrider ban, though, that's an interesting choice, considering TA was already banned out, but it's just to counter out any very big nuisances during the laning stage.
Yeah, that makes sense. Is there like a specific reason why Batrider is obviously a nuisance with this whole, you know, dragging heroes around, but do you think there's like a very specific reason, or just what you said, just annoyance, getting rid of annoyance?
I mean, it depends on what you want to pick. If you want to choose, for instance, one of the Spirit heroes, they all lose against the Batrider in the laning stage because they're all kind of melee. Even the Storm is kind of ish melee, so you don't want to really deal with that. I do love the Kunkka pick. I mean, right now, the team fight on Gorillas Pride, Arena, Stagstorm Kinetic Field, Kunkka Ghost Ship, a lot of AoE damage. Superb and tough to deal with. On the other side, I love, of course, the Hoodwink Tidehunter lane. We saw it in the previous game. It just, the Minus Armor is insane during the laning stage. And the Ogre Magi is just such a beef boy. Only just buffs his allies to make everyone fast AF.
Sorry, the term beef boy, I love that. He is a beef boy though. You are very right, he's a beef boy. Kunkka. So I've heard a lot of people say that Kunkka is definitely very, very strong right now. What's your opinion on that?
Yeah, Kunkka is definitely very strong. Armlet build is, as I said, another Armlet hero. Plus, strength heroes in this patch are kind of like it. Everyone just loves the strength heroes. Make them so tanky as possible so that they can't die. Plus, it's also a hero that can play in the safe lane somehow these days. I mean, you pretty much end the laning stage. You've got possibly Armlet, but even without the Armlet, you've got like a Bracer plus Boots. And you're walking around with 1200 HP. No one can kill you, and your whip does half their HP in one fell swoop, which is really tough to deal with.
Storm Spirit.
Storm Spirit. I love that. I love that because Storm Spirit is great to watch. Good Storm Spirit players are just amazing. Yeah, I mean, yeah, Kunkka. I like Kunkka. I think Kunkka is quite fun. Fun to play as well, and I love actually seeing him on the safe lane nowadays. I actually really like that development. Means I can pick him up sometimes, so I'm very happy with that.
Okay. Well, you can't play Axe on the safe lane anymore, so.
That's what you say, but my recent games tell a different story. Look, you can do anything in Archon. Don't worry about it.
That is probably true.
There's no rules in Archon, don't worry. But yeah, Storm Spirit, I'd love to see that. I think Storm Spirit is definitely one of the most fun heroes to watch. I don't know, I just love it. Zippy man all over the map. Yeah, I'm here for it, you know what I mean? Anti-mage ban, PA ban. Kind of curious what the position ones are going to be on both teams. Do you have any insights on that yet?
I am hoping that it's going to be a Kunkka. I think it's actually going to be a Kunkka, because I do know that Now plays Kunkka in the safe lane. And it is actually very good against the Tide, because you don't really have to like stand next to the Tide. You'd still damage him while damaging the creeps. You're going to push the lane automatically, but that's also something the Tide does. Plus you're too tanky to kind of kill for the most part. So yeah, I like the Kunkka in the safe lane, especially considering... I mean, the early laning stage against Storm Spirit is doable, but once the Storm Spirit hits level 6, you're never going to get the X Mark combo off on the Storm unless he is out of mana for some reason. And Storm will just keep on zipping away. I think it's a safe lane Kunkka, and they're going to choose to go for a mid laner that is maybe something else. Another Spirit, or Void Spirit, for instance.
Okay, I'm quite curious. I mean, I'd love to see Kunkka position 1, and we'll see where they put him. Void Spirit, is Void Spirit a good hero nowadays?
Yeah, and that's mainly because Kaya Sanj is like one of the best items as well. I mean, that's why Storm Spirit is so good currently, because Kaya Sanj makes the hero tanky. Plus, you get the extra spell amplification and mana regen, which is great. The downside to it is, of course, that you don't get the Orchid that quickly, and it is going to be Evoker mid, so it is actually not a safe lane. It is actually a safe lane Kunkka with Evoker mid. Just look at the beauty that is Gorilla's Pride's team fight. Just look at everything they can throw together in one big ball of destroying your GPU.
Absolutely, yeah, I love that. I love, Snapfire ult. Great Kunkka combos, Disruptor ult, Mars Arena, Invoker, anything. I love to see that. And an Ursa pickup on the side of Interitus. Not quite sure about, like, why do you think Ursa is a good pickup here for them? Or do you think it's a good pickup for them?
It's a hero that can get out of the arena, can survive a X mark with his Enrage. It is pretty okay. The downside is Snapfire can kite him, Disruptor can kite him, Voker can kite him, Mars can add kite, and Kunkka can add kite. Like, all 5 of the heroes of Gorilla's Pride have ways of pushing him away, pushing allies out of harm's way, keeping him at bay, which is a problem for the Ursa, and especially if, the Kunkka becomes very active very quickly. So Gorilla's Pride, once Kunkka gets his armlet, they can pretty much team fight all over the place, and Interitus Storm can't do anything at that point.
I absolutely see your point. I hope that Interitus manages to hold on and to kind of get this game 2, take that from Gorilla's Pride, so there's going to be a game 3. Because, you know, I always want there to be a game 3, to be honest, because I want to see more Dota. But yeah, you know, they it seems like they just really need to shut down that Kunkka, but I wonder if they're going to be able to.
Laning stage wise, I mean, on one hand, you'd think that the Ursa beats the Mars, but Ursa needs to be careful as well, because Mars has, I think, 200 attack range, 50 less than the Monkey King, which is the second highest attack range. Oh no, wait, he has 250, I think. Does he? Yeah, 250 attack range, and that is a pretty long range. Plus, he has a lot of magic damage. Add in the added damage from the Snapfire as well, considering no one really goes for the little Shredder build anyway. And Ursa needs to be careful, even though it is a hero that you'd pick to try and win that laning stage. I mean, it's going to come down to D-Flash on that Ogre that has to soak everything.
See if they're gonna do anything spicy here with the bounty runes. It just seems like they looks like they're kind of playing it safe, aren't they?
It looks like it's gonna be some very sad Voker Quaswex build. Personally, not a fan of any Voker that goes Quaswex. I just think it's dull, boring, especially in the lineup where you've got like a gazillion Sunstrike setups.
I see.
But it's good against Storm, so okay.
So, okay, you'll allow it, you know. You don't like it, but you'll allow it.
Yeah, might as well, though. Currently,
Well,
are they going to scout it out? Acorn Shot on the high ground gives away all the vision they need. Hijack's going to walk in. And they're going to go for Pimp. However, they don't really have anything comboed correctly. 3 bounty runes will be scooped up for Gorilla's Pride, and they walk away with a bit of damage.
really not bad. Off to a good start for them.
Oh no! Janik, you should have denied your own Observer Award. No! What did you do? You gave Pump recovery.
What is this epic 1v1 battle here, by the way? This Disruptor versus Hoodwink. They're just going at it, and this Hoodwink has to retreat. Lots of HP lost there. They're just clicking each other, while their cores are, you know, contesting each other's last hits.
Range creep denied.
Yeah.
Sadness right there.
Very sad.
And Pimp already used his healing salve, only has 2 fairy fires left. Janik, actually, surprisingly enough, did not buy 17 mangoes at the start. Is sending in 2. But a Disruptor who doesn't run around with at least 4 mangoes, that's just unheard of.
Yeah, I think that's you know, you gotta take your vitamins, gotta take your fruit with you, you know. I think it's very valid.
Especially in these trying times, and I'm talking about the fact that it's sort of cold, but there has to be some cold coming out soon, I assume, because it can't be this warm in winter.
Let's talk about global warming, why don't we? I think it's very relevant.
Every year I'm like, this is stupidly warm, and then February comes around and I'm like, where did this cold come from?
Oh, Kunkka dying here. Kunkka getting just hit here by this Hoodwink. Is he gonna die though? He's relatively tanky.
He's stuck.
Is he? He's clicking. He's clicking for dear life. He wants to get that kill, but he doesn't even get the kill, and he dies for this. A little bit too dangerous there. Living on the edge and then falling off of it. Sad to see, but that is definitely you know, the first death on Kunkka, which is kind of what they need to be doing there. And this Disruptor gonna take a lot of damage as well, getting shackled to that tree. Is he gonna get out? He runs back for some reason and then dies. And this Kunkka is now alone versus these 2 heroes again. They're gonna just keep trying to shut him down here. That was a very awkward and unfortunate moment for that Disruptor. He might have been able to get out if he just kept walking towards the tower, but I don't know what he wanted to do there.
I think he just wanted to die, didn't want to use any more regen and get the respawn where he can be of more use to the Kunkka.
Okay, I mean, that's what I would say if I died, so...
Tactical feeding.
Yeah, absolutely. It's always
it.
tactical. It's never my fault. This Titan's taking a lot of damage. How's mid looking? Mid's looking pretty equal. Yeah, looking definitely pretty equal. Let's have a look at net worth. This Ursa seems to be doing well. Seems to be getting a lot of last hits. Top lane, not a lot going on right now. Bottom lane is definitely the more interesting lane right now. Oh, Hoodwink trying to pull, but this Disruptor just kind of trying to stop that.
Well, speaking of which, Disruptor is about to die. Considering you're up against two heroes with a lot of physical damage between them, you definitely do have to be careful. Oh, he tried to bait him in and stepping to the left, but nope, not gonna fall for any of your tricks, Kunkka. So it just looks like you completely whiffed.
A little bit unfortunate that you know, it's like 3.5 minutes in and Disruptor dies twice. It's definitely he's playing a little bit risky. Let's see how that plays out. See if that's gonna be okay or not.
Well, considering how the laning stage so far is going, there's a lot riding on this Fokker to be active in the early game to try and get some opening picks for his team. Does have the urn ready, so definitely will be looking to fill it up. Mana drain onto the Storm, always very useful, but the problem is going to be the moment that Storm hits level 60. Should be able to dodge it most of the time.
Nice. TP coming in on Hoodwink middle.
Yeah, recharging the bottle. But everything changed in that lane once Storm hits level 6.
Yeah.
It's
when the zipping starts.
Storm. Yeesh.
I love that, to be honest. I love the dedication to one hero. I'm always very on board with hero spammers. I love to see it. Storm is being very aggressive here on this Invoker, doing some damage, but you know, not quite level 6 yet, so there's not really a lot of kills happening here yet. This Kunkka seems to be, you know, this Hoodwink obviously went mid for the bottle recharge, and this Kunkka is just enjoying a relatively free lane right now. They're getting a lot of damage in here on this Tidehunter as well, but this Tidehunter is a very beefy boy, as you beautifully described that. He is gonna die, though. He is gonna die. Disruptor dies for it, but that's definitely a good thing for G-Pride here. That Tidehunter dying is very good for them. And this Hoodwink is gonna go back to middle, and this Kunkka is just gonna go back to farming.
So far, the Kunkka did have a tough start, but it is a Kunkka with a Helm of Iron Will, so I mean, it's a stupidly OP item currently, and he's not going to really have any problems. Is caught up pretty quickly, top net worth in the game right now on that Kunkka, so he's loving life. That's not a position you want to be in. Towards mid, they're going in on tower with rotation in from D-Flash. Coming through, Hoodwink stuns up, and the Fokker is going to get caught and taken down.
Hoodwink coming in on the other side, just really securing that kill there. And just, you know, he's running away, and then Hoodwink just shows up with her squirrel face going, hey, too bad for you. What is the Storm Spirit doing now? He's going top. He wants to get that kill here on Mars. He's taking a lot of damage for it, though. This Ogre is running with them as well. They're really just rotating a lot. This Mars getting caught out. Damage here from the Ursa, and the kill on Ursa as well, which is very, very good for them. Yeah, the Storm Spirit is, yeah, he hit level 6, and now he's become quite a menace.
Died as well. Looking to get taken down. Janet gets the kill, and Tide does not have... Well, actually, the moment he respawns, he will just barely have his TP scroll available. But a couple of fights coming around where it looks like Interitus have good control, but still that Kunkka is fairly scary. Oh, Pimp came from behind, and Janet gets surprised.
Yeah, Disruptor dead again. Farm-wise, I mean, they're looking quite equal, this Kunkka and this Ursa. Both of them are having a decently good time here.
Look at that Hoodwink. She's about the same net worth as the mid. Okay. 501 currently. That is the beauty.
Poker going on Storm here as well, middle, but you know, Cookie coming in, trying to get that kill, but yeah, no.
Too late, too far
Not
away.
quite. Yeah, not quite. There was an attempt, but not quite.
Oh no, the Kunkka's courier got taken down. He can't get his armlet. Sad. Gotta wait a full minute to get his, well, pretty much lane dominating item at that point.
Yeah, that was a good move. I mean, that is one of the strengths of Hoodwink and one of the most annoying parts of her. This Disruptor getting a lot of damage here. He tried to glimpse away this Ogre, but this Hoodwink might be doing enough damage to get him or not. He seems to be getting out with really low HP, and this Hoodwink desperately trying to get out and manages to, so no kills there. But bottom, Storm Spirit went in here on this Kunkka and gets the kill on this Kunkka. Making Tidehunter very happy right now, because he'll be able to hang out here now for a bit.
Yeah, and somehow Pimp does manage to survive as well on the Hoodwink. That would have been a pretty big kill for Tau if he could get that 5 kill streak. Victory in his favor. Though a slight net worth advantage for Interitus. They are 8-2 ahead, so you definitely would expect it to be a little bit more, considering how the laning stage looked to go for the Dire side.
Radiant should look to their bottom tower.
Okay, there's 2k. Now that seems a bit more appropriate.
Exactly. This Ursa just farming jungle right now. Mars and Invoker in the top lane trying to put some pressure on this tower.
Dire's top tower is in
Invoker just left mid and is just playing his own roaming game now. And same with Storm Spirit. Storm Spirit seems to be hanging around bottom for a bit longer. I mean, maybe they're gonna try and go for another kill on Kunkka. There's definitely a ping coming in.
Does have Ghost Ship and Armlet though, so
yeah, but it seems like they want to try though, because Tidehunter is joining them for this. Kunkka gets shackled to the tree here. Storm Spirit jumping in,
Armlet
and
toggle. Rip.
Armlet toggle coming in as well. Is he going to be able to get out here? Is Tidehunter the one in trouble? It does definitely seem that way. Tidehunter dies here under tower. They really tried to get that kill there, but oops, it did not quite go as planned. And Storm Spirit decides, okay, you know what? I'm not going to stick around there. I'm just going to go back middle now.
Without the Ravage available, it's going to be very tough to get the stun lock going, and they don't have like any dots except for the Ogre Magi on the side of Interitus. So if you time it correctly, you can get that toggle off. Get it off one time, you get the kill. Pimp is in the vicinity though, so now does have to be a little bit careful that he doesn't get randomly tapped off by a bushwhack sharpshooter combo.
Oh, I thought you were going to say by a squirrel.
Well, that as well.
That's just
You don't
awkward,
wanna
you know what I
die by
mean?
a freaking furball.
You're just hanging out, just having a good time farming, and then just a squirrel shows up and just shoots you in the face. Must be very awkward. This Snapfire getting called out in jungle though and dying here. Kill on Tidehunter. Looking at the net worth, this Ursa seems to be doing well, but Kunkka's also still doing well. They're still kind of equal playing field. Ult coming in on Hoodwink, really trying to get that snipe on the Kunkka, but Kunkka, it didn't quite hit.
In the meantime, top lane, D-Flash does get caught out. Tau also rotates in, almost done with the full Spirit Vessel. Which, I don't really like the Spirit Vessel choice this game. I think Urn is just always nice and good. But they don't have that much healing on the side of Interitus. And Ursa has Enraged, Tide has his Kraken Shell. Spirit Vessel just gets taken care of pretty easily on their end. I mean, you can use it on Storm, but you could also just get, quick bots or something else to try and be a bit more useful. I'm not the biggest fan of going for the Spirit Vessel rush here. This one's going to get caught out bottom lane by a little Hoodwink snipe added in, and that's the tier 1 tower trades coming in.
Storm Spirit really climbing the net worth charts here as well. Really active on the map, really doing a lot of work here. But Kunkka is top net worth right now. He's really keeping that farm going and just... Oh, Disruptor getting caught out again. Ooh, that was definitely rip.
Yeah,
and then the voice lines coming in.
Looking for the tier 1 tower mid on the side of Interitus. Though, of course, G-Pride's main focus is their team fight, which they haven't really abused just yet. Also, you see the focus net worth? That's because he's Quaswax. Boss Exort would have been right there next to the Kunkka.
You seem very bitter.
Yes, I am very bitter when it comes to my
very
Vikings.
bitter. That is, yeah, understandable. Glimpse coming in here on this Tidehunter. Tidehunter getting called out under the tower. All his mana is gone. Torrent coming in as well, but he's a beefy boy. He's a big boy. It's not really gonna do too much to him. And this Storm Spirit meanwhile coming in. Tidehunter ult as well, but the Sapphire ult coming in as well, getting some damage in there. They decide to get out, to retreat here. Not really risk it. Some teamfight stuff used on both sides.
Yeah, a lot of annoyance. Kara's gonna get jumped though, and in the end, FCR, together with Soothe, will be able to secure the kill. Arena was thrown out. Now throws the ghost ship down onto the Ursa. That would be a big kill, and it does get secured. Backline jump, trying to get rid of the disruptor. It is successful. Storm also has enough mana to zip in. He's actually going to zip in aggressively, going for that Voker. Now needs to be careful because his entire fight's pretty much toggling, but he's got the X-Mark Torrent combo to catch out Soothes. Or he sits right on top of No, and no, he stays alive. Armlet toggles his way to victory on this Kunkka. He's dancing with death, and he is still not losing. Looking for that Armlet toggle target. Oh, there we go. Another toggle coming in. He's never going to die. Man is immortal. So FCR is rejoining. Now, just keep on toggling, whatever happens. Who needs 2.3k HP when you just have 300?
And this Hoodwink meanwhile getting caught out, but this Marsh is respawning, getting pinned to the wall there and dying. This Kunkka is an absolute beast. He does not die. He does not die. He does not want to die, and therefore he will not die.
Yeah, almost 4.8k damage dealt by the Kunkka in that fight. That's not too bad. Just throwing whips left, right, and center. Now he's also done with the Sanj, going for his Heaven's Halberd next, which is great, of course, against the Ursa. But that entire net width advantage that they had on the side of Interitus obliterated pretty quickly.
Yeah, this Kunkka just climbing the charts here. It's just, it's just so awkward. Like, I can feel the frustration, on the other team, because that Kunkka just, he keeps being low HP, like, you cannot help but just run for him and just get that, like, bloodthirst to really kill that guy. And he's just standing there with his armlet, just like, yeah, sorry about that, and just keeps toggling it. What an absolute beast.
Yeah, Pimp is going to go for the best item against that, though. The Spirit Vessel. Makes armlet toggling fairly tough to do. You get a couple of charges. Poker already has his Spirit Vessel as well. Keeping up with the rest of the cores this time around. Top lane. FCR full Diffusal Blade done. And now needs to be careful because he is kind of in a tough spot. Rotations need to come in to keep him alive. Ghost Ship is at least a big plus in the buff department, and he just jukes his way through. Oh my god. Now is actually just toying with Interitus the entire game.
Playing with his food.
Zip in, Soothes goes deep, but now is the target. Will they be able to at least have enough damage to finally take care of the Kunkka? This time the toggle will not be successful. There is no ulti for the Ursa though, which is a downside. Riskis is coming in, disarm as well. Ursa needs to be careful. He pops his Fury Swipes and he wants to get back in onto the fight where the Voker is in a tough spot. In comes the Mars from behind, gets a smackdown. FCR is taken care of. Soothes is out of mana, but it doesn't matter because a Ravage is still available. They cannot help Tau anymore and they'll bail out. But they at least got rid of FCR, which is a big catch. The problem is Soothes is 7-1-3. Only one death on the Storm, and he's getting close to finishing up that BKB. Which, right now, they already have a problem catching him. At that point, it's going to be near impossible.
I'm just glad for them that they finally got a kill on this Kunkka. That's they needed that. I think they probably needed that for their own motivation as well to get the keep the positivity in the team. So I think that might be a little bit of a turning point for them. Who knows?
And into the pit they go. They've got themselves, of course, an Ursa, so Roche does die pretty quickly. But you're looking for a team fight against a team fight lineup. No, the Torrent plus Spear means FCR gets himself away, and now Kara is in trouble. Does have the Arena, can he at least get it off in time? Ravage is blown, Kara's still stunned. FCR's trying to go for Roche. He's actually not doing anything on the Ursa. The fight is continuing. The fight is going horribly wrong here. For Interitus with the Tide now left behind. FCR, he doesn't know what he needs to do there. He's walking in, walking out, walking back, walking forth. And the only thing the Ursa did was walk around. The entire Ravage gets blown. They get a kill on the Mars, but that is definitely not worth it. Glimpse sends Pimp back in the loving embrace of G-Pride. Actually, they glimpse X-Mark. Great combo. You can't ever run away from G-Pride.
Yeah, that's, they just, you know, this Ursa just really wanted to get that Roche, but they definitely underestimated the amount of team fight, the amount of damage that the other team could dish out there around the Roche pit. So he's back to farming now. He's, yeah, this bear is back to jungle.
And of course, the Diffusal Blade Ursa, not the flashiest farmer in the game, as you can see below Kara right now. Kara, who is going for the Mule Scepter, is an interesting choice, especially second item on the Mars. You saw it sometimes as a first, but it does at least keep enemies at bay. It can keep yourself alive if necessary.
I'm a big Yules fan. I like the tiny bit of movement speed as well. It's I think it's a very good item. Mid towers down on both sides as well. Towers are relatively equal, right? Yeah, I think they're exactly equal. Aren't they? Yeah, they are. They're exactly equal. I mean, this game can still go both ways. I think right now they really do need to be careful with this Storm Spirit because he is really going out of control. Fortunately, though, for the other team is that Ursa is not having the best time of his life. But if you just let him do his thing for long enough, then he will be having the time of his life. So, you know, they gotta keep that in mind.
Well, now he's going for that Silver Edge as his next item. Makes it a lot tougher, plus add a break against the Tide, which is great, break against the Ursa, which is great, break against the Storm Spirit, which is great. So there are definitely a multitude of tools against their opponents. They smoke up.
Sounds great.
Here on the side of Interitus. But smoke on smoke action. No scans available. It pretty much comes down to who has the fastest fingers.
Oh, Mars has fast fingers, but is it gonna do anything? Doesn't really look like it. X marks on this Tide Hunter, but they kind of decide to not continue that fight. They're really just trying to get this fight going around the Roche pit.
Oh, Kara gonna get jumped by Soothes. A lot of damage coming in. The snipe doesn't connect. Hijack has the Ravage. He's trying to get a good catch. And they will go for the Mars. Static Storm Kinetic Field comes out, but it's a hasted BKB Storm Spirit. You can't catch him, but you can catch the Ursa. He's taken down. That's a huge kill. Kara is not even dead yet. Soothes trying to get rid of the entire backline single-handedly, but without the Ursa, the damage is lacking. He popped back, but Ursa has to go for a very long sprint to rejoin the fight. In the meantime, Tau and the gang are just picking off everyone on the side of Interitus. And FCR buyback was used, but what can he do? He's just trying to disengage right now. Hijack, X-Mark, drag back, hold in place, take him down. Tide Hunter gets smacked out of existence. And, I mean, the only downside is Roche is not the fastest for G-Pride. But that team fight was, well, the Ursa getting caught out again.
Yeah, this Ursa, look at the net worth on this Ursa. That's not looking too good for them.
That is a sad Panda Bear moment.
Oh, absolutely.
Oh, this could be big. Storm getting stunned. Can they lock him down, though? Rookie not going to be able to connect. Glimpse. He doesn't actually get the good...
And
oh, no! Oh, No, he actually does get caught. He tried to dodge with the ball lightning, but 2 times he whiffed the timing, and he actually gets taken down. Soothes, that is a very sad way to go. D-Flash. He's going to be next. They have full vision over him, thanks to, of course, the Thunderstrike and the Ursa. Caught. Oh, not caught. The Electric Vortex does not close in time, so at least the Ursa gets away. But that was a very sad way to see the Storm Spirit drop. Sparks.
I could feel the frustration. I could feel the frustration that he had, 100%. That was just so awkward, so unfortunate. The glimpse and then the X marks, it's like, oh my god. Double damage bottom, by the way. Do you think they might be able to do Roche with this?
I mean, they definitely can do roast. They've got the Mind's Armor from the Snapfire. They've also got the Foker with the Alacrity buff. Problem is, Kunkka's not really known as a hero that... I mean, he does do a lot of damage, but taking down Roche is something you normally want an agility-based hero to do. But if they get a decent team fight, they can walk in the pit and get it secured.
I mean, Tidehunter ult is coming up though. Tidehunter ult 2 seconds cooldown, so you know they probably are aware of that as well, knowing that if they make a little bit of a wrong move, that you know the enemy's team fight might just really wreck them here along the Roche pit. They really want to go for a pick off here though. They're running into their jungle.
Kara, again, the first one to be jumped every single time. Ravage gets blown. They find the kill onto Kara. D-Flash taking a lot of damage in the process. Storm zips to safety, gets glimpsed back in the loving embrace again of the Radiant side, but will be able to zip to safety. This time FCR gets a very big pick off. The Voker is out of the picture for a solid 40 seconds. Does have a buyback if they want to continue a fight. I mean, now is still here. He's looking for an X marks catch onto Pin, who is going to be pretty much caught. Buyback coming out from the Tide. They're continuing the fight. Sack Storm kinetic field though. Ursa can't pop his enrage, but he's not taking any damage. And they're even kiting down now. Who's left alone? This is a big fight coming up for Interitus. With now dying, they can just walk into the pit and get the first Roshan of the game secured. Soon's even give him the old whip to slow him down, and they will not be able to keep the Kunkka alive. G-Pride lost that very big engagement. Like getting a little bit too aggressive themselves without their Voker available.
Definitely a tasty moment for this Ursa, finally getting that Roche, getting that Aegis that he was, you know, longing for such a long time, and just setting that pace here right now, which is very good for them. He's climbing in net worth as well, which is good to see. You know, he just needs a little bit more time, just needs a little bit more space, and then he can definitely start to be a force to be reckoned with.
Or useful. I'm okay with getting to useful levels.
Yeah, okay, he can definitely be useful. Yeah, absolutely.
Kara going for the BKB as well. I think that's a big plus for the Mars, considering he's the one that gets jumped every single fight. Foker, BKB. Kunkka still going for the Silver Edge into the BKB, into, well, he just wants everything. Greedy. But yeah,
Absolute
BKBs
greedy.
are going to be a crucial aspect for both sides, because there's just so much team fight coming through. But there are no BKB piercing effects yet, unless we get a disruptor with like an Ags. Oh, that's not BKB piercing, but it's still very annoying.
I mean, that looks to be very far away. If at all, so yeah.
Hoodwink's level
Definitely,
25. Okay, we'll go for that one.
Oh yeah, I see. Yeah, okay. Yeah, that's also a little bit of a time away, but you know, we'll see how this game goes.
I believe in Hoodwink. 7, 3, and 11. Definitely a solid score so far. Net worth advantage. I mean, still 1k after 25-minute game is fairly even.
Yeah, this squirrel definitely is nuts. I'm sorry. Sorry. Disruptor getting caught out here by the Storm Spirit. He's just zipping in, activates his BKB to make sure this that trick cannot happen to him again with all the stuff thrown on him. And they're pushing up this top tower here with G-Pride, getting a lot of damage in here with the Invoker. Torch Spirits as well, and Storm just keeps running in, just keeps zipping in, trying to go for this Kunkka. This Kunkka is very strong, very tanky.
He's dead. He just straight up dies. No BKB. Bloodstone attempted to be used, but yeah, gets stunned by the cookie stun and then caught out in a very unfavorable situation. D-Flash next to die. That is a huge kill. I mean,
This man zipped too close to the sun. Too close to the sun, this man. He really thought that he had, you know, that strength to just kind of do that, but kind of underestimated the enemy team a little bit there. You know, they killed Kunkka a few times. Maybe they think, hey, we're good. But, you know, Kunkka is still dangerous. You know, he's still a dangerous man. He's still tanky. He still has his armlet. He still has his tricks. So, you know.
If he pops his armlet, he has 3.8k HP. That's pretty decent. That is like you need to kill off the entire enemy team and then you focus on Kunkka levels. Which has been pretty much the name of the game the entire time. I mean, every single time since the Kunkka got the armlet, you'd leave him last because you can't kill him.
Dire's top tower is
Yep.
under attack.
Absolutely. Still about 2 minutes left on this Aegis. Are they going to be able to do something with it? Seems like they do really want to go put some pressure on this bottom tower here. Two of them gathering here. They're all kind of gathering here at bottom. They definitely want to start doing something. Looks like they really want to get a pick off. They want to go for a fight here. They feel very ready for it. But this Kunkka is also very ready for it, it seems. Or is he? He is, but you know, that was a little bit of a bad engagement, so they kind of run out again.
Kunkka is actually going for BKB instead of finishing up the Silver Edge so far. D-Flash is going to get caught out, taken down. Buys back immediately, though. That definitely does spell that they want to take the fight here. The buyback is questionable because he doesn't have a TP scroll. Yeah, about that buyback.
That's unfortunate. Oh, look at him go, though. He's really trying. He's walking as fast as he can with his 365 movement speed. He's just... He's on his way. Hold on.
He doesn't have max level bloodlust. He's even not the fastest he can be.
Bottom tower is under attack.
Just hold on. He's on his way, okay? It's gonna be fine. Just hold on.
He might be useful in give or take a minute.
He's joining up with this Storm Spirit, though. They really want to get this Disruptor, and I think this Disruptor is definitely dying here. Doesn't take a lot to kill this Disruptor here. He was very much alone.
Tier 1's still not done. The Tier 2, bottom, is still standing. They can't. He's back on the Mars. He's got the BKB, Blink, Yules. He's just fine. He's even going for the Scythe of Vice next. Oh, that's going to be a nasty one for the Storm to deal with.
Oh, that is so annoying. This Storm is going to have a bad time.
Yules, Pimp getting caught, but there's no one helping out Kara. So Pimp will just be able to run away. Actually, a big zip from Soothes coming in. Snipe on top. Kara has to pop the BKB just to stay alive. So that is going to be his first BKB charge used.
And they're back to bottom tower. They're back to, you know, trying to do something with that.
No, Janet,
And
not
Disruptor. Again.
Dragged into the sentry ward range. Oh, sadness.
Told you a storm was coming.
The Ravage
Not
available
a
on the
good
high ground.
time.
Tornado does connect though. BKB popped. Can they lock down Soothe? They're trying to. Soothe is dropping low. He gets the zip back just barely, but he still ticks down. Dismar gets the kill. And that is Storm dead for 80 seconds. D-Flash, Ogre Magi, you just bought back previously. Another one dead on the side of Interitus. And yeah, they're starting to lose grip of the game again.
They had it there for a little bit. They had that control of the game. You know, they were doing very well. It kind of did look like they might get the second game off of the off of G Pride, but yeah, it's not looking too hot. This Kunkka is top net worth. Yeah, it's, you know, this Mars is doing a lot of work as well. I love to see this Mars play. He's doing a lot.
Whereas the tide is falling off further and further, you see Dismar closing in on the tide's net worth. Next items going for the Ags and Refresh Orb on the tide. I mean, Refresh Orb is definitely something that you kind of want/need in these fights, just to lock down G Pride, because all of their team fight capabilities is pretty much the tide.
Yeah, it really is. I mean, he had Ravage there, but just decided not to use it. You know, Storm Spirit died so quickly that he probably thought it wasn't going to be the best idea to pop his Ravage there. But I don't know. Could it have turned anything? If he had Ravage there just now, would that have turned anything, you think?
No, because BKB was popped by the Fokker, so he couldn't do anything against the Fokker. And their main damage that came through was Snapfire with Mortimer's Kisses. You'd have to blink Ravage, but that would probably just mean that you sacrifice your life for your mid laner, where you didn't even know if your mid laner was going to die 100%.
Yeah, valid. Understandable.
Storm, 11 Bloodstone charges. That's a sad moment to be playing in. But he is done with the Orchid finally.
Radiant are scanning for enemies.
Bit late, the enemy team have pretty much BKBs all around, but yeah, it's nice.
It's nice though, yeah, you know. Gotta be positive. They're taking this tower here, bottom. They're really trying to gain control of the most most of the map as possible. Waiting out that 40 and killing it.
Dire's bottom tower is no more.
Looking like it's going to be a little bit of a trade. Kind of looks like the other team may want to get that tier 1 there as well. Are they going to?
Nasty
No, not quite, not quite.
Arena onto the Tide, trying to lock him down. We've got the Static Storm Kinetic Field. Hijack Tide has a Ravage available. Actually doesn't have the mana for a Ravage just yet, and he's just gonna die. Luckily enough, it takes 2 minutes for Roche to respawn. Glimpse back, Soothes going in onto Genic again. They're pretty much just train focusing down the Disruptor, but the Ursa Enraged needs to use it if he wants to stay alive. The problem is, can he even stay alive with that point? Oh, Spooder Legs get him out of reach. Actually, Soothes on the side, almost dying to Dow. Is he gonna take down Spirit Vessel? Ooh, he just barely survives. But again, another buyback forced out on the side of Interitus, and they only lost the Disruptor, but to be fair, he died 13 times, who cares?
So what's happening here now? Oh my god, this Kunkka's net worth, it scares me. I'm not even playing this game and I'm already scared, you know what I mean? I'm kind of terrified. Oh, ult coming in though, they really want to get this Kunkka. Tidehunter ult committed for this. And Rage as well.
Now has that Heaven's Halberd, they don't have the damage, he walks away. Storm is too far to join the fun. Snipe's not going to connect, and he actually just walks away safely. Storm comes in, going for the backline, gets shotgunned in the face by Dismar. They still lose Hijack. That's a dieback on the Tide.
Oh, that is so
And Roche is up in a
unfortunate.
minute. No Ravage.
Such a waste of ult. That's basically... Yeah, this Ursa just waiting it out here. So double damage, just really ready for this Roche.
Problem is, G-Pride's also ready for the Ursa. They're in the pit now. Not the fastest Roche taking lineup, the G-Pride side, and especially considering there's a Storm on the other side with a BKB. You always have to be careful that he doesn't catch you. Storm connect. Oh, the big catch! The Hex coming through, the double kill, and they manage to smack him down completely, absolutely, utterly destroyed. Pimp in the tree lines is going to get spotted, speared, struck by the sunlight, and taken down. A full team wipe in the end without losing a single player on the side of G-Pride. Look at that net worth, look at the damage, look at everything favoring the Gorillas.
That is, oh my god, that wipe. And there's only one buyback available on this Hoodwink. This Hoodwink's not going to be able to do much here. And then the next one up is Tidehunter, but Tidehunter doesn't even have Ravage, so what is he going to do, you know? It seems like G-Pride really has this moment right now where they can really take this high ground, at least the first set of Rex potentially. Yeah, because Storm Spirit, 47 seconds. Ursa as well, you know, like it looks like it's relatively free for them here.
They creep in, they get themselves the middle set of racks. Bottom is, of course, not doable thanks to the tier 2. So they can't get megas, and instead they'll go for a Roche free Aegis plus Shard. Kunkka Shard's pretty nice. Focus Shard's pretty decent. Mars Shard is one of my favorites. Let's see. Disruptor Shard's also not that bad. Get attack speed onto Kunkka.
Mars is, oh, that's a fire bit on the Spirit.
Yeah, and the 2-man stun.
Yeah. Yeah, that's an easy rush for them. Getting that Aegis here on the Kunkka. He was already so hard to kill, and now he's just terrifying.
They give it to the Mars, so he's got that burning spear. Which I love because I play a lot of Rubik, and then I steal that, and then I've got the spear myself.
Yeah, that is, yeah, I can imagine that feels pretty damn good. Rubik pickers, though, you know what I mean. Anyway.
Don't hate my main hero these days.
You play Rubik? Okay, fair enough, yeah, you know.
I spam Rubik.
Oh, you're one of those people? No, I love that. I love hero spammers. They're always, that. Yeah, love hero spammers.
Well, it used to be Winter Wyvern, but with Necrobook taken care of, it was a fun hero to play in the meta where you had Lycans everywhere. And
I get what you mean.
They killed themselves. That was beautiful.
Ooh, Ursa getting gone on here though, getting some damage in on this Mars. Mars really tried to get him. Oh no, the ult coming out as well from this Tidehunter. He's again without ult. He's getting caught here. He's probably gonna die here as well. Like there's not a lot he can do. And with his Ravage out, like, you know, like, what is then the point still of Tidehunter? You know, like, he's in such an awkward spot right now.
Mad respect right there for Soothes. He, in that team fight, knows we lost. Ravage was wasted, like, every single all the time. So he zips down towards the bottom lane to cut the creep wave to make sure that the tier 2 tower bottom at least won't die. That means they can't get megas, which is a very big play to make in that situation. Soothes has honestly had a very good game. The problem is, you know, Tide's Ravages have been unfortunate. Ursa is like, he's playing an Ursa against a lineup that has 50 million ways to deal with an Ursa.
It's like we're gonna leave it at that. It's like Ursa, you know, he's playing Ursa. I just thought that was gonna be your statement, but all right.
Yeah, Ursa late game is just. When is it good?
Yeah. I get what you mean. There's a double damage bottom, but I think they just took. Yeah, it's not gonna do much there. So what is the win condition now? What is the win condition for Interitus?
Get themselves the refresher orb on Tide, which is never gonna happen. Get that big double ravage on a team that is not paying attention, and Storm Spirit getting the overload attack bounce plus Ags.
So you're saying there's a chance?
Oh, there's always a chance.
So you're saying there's a
I
chance.
can see a realm where it's possible, but Storm needs to get Ags, the overload bounce talent, and a shard. And then you also need a big ravage from the Tide, which, to be fair, he's not really been having any decent ravages this game. One, maybe two. But a lot of them on, like, trying to solo, get a kill, a Duka, walking around, and then you don't have it for the next team fight.
It's just really starting to look like this is going to be a game for G Pride again. It looks like this is just going to be a 2-0 situation. But, you know, it's never over until it's over. You know, their win condition might be very specific, and they might not have a lot of chances, but they're going to keep trying.
Yep, that's a nice buyback forced out. Ursa comes charging in, FCR, but they don't have any invis detection right there, so takes a big old whip by now. Glim sends him back. There's the Storm Zip trying to get the control on the Voka. A lot of damage. Tau on the run, gets invis. They don't have invis detection. Why is the dust not there? And Kara drops his arena, stacks don't connect field. The Tide has a ravage, but does it matter? No, because he is going to die before he can pop, and no buyback available either. In 3 seconds, he can come back on the Tide, but they are losing a lot. Storm at least gets the zip in to get rid of the Voker, but who cares about the Voker dying if the rest of the team is still alive? GG gets called, and that is it. That is Gorilla's Pride with the 2-0 beating against Interitus, putting themselves 4-1, which means, I think, if I'm not mistaken, that they are tied up with Balrogs. Both teams 4-1. So it's pretty much close to, yes, Infinity is going to advance on to the next stage, but what team is going to join him in Division 1 next season?
Yeah, that was great games, great games. You know, I really liked Interitus's attempt there. They really gave it their all. Sadly, it just wasn't quite good enough. This Tidehunter was just in an awkward spot for most of the game. The buyback on Ogre Magi at that point was a little bit awkward. You know, it felt like they had control at some points in the game. They had that control, but, you know, they also lost it just as quickly to G Pride. G Pride just looks like a team that just has their stuff together a little bit more than Interitus does.
Yeah, definitely solid performance from the Storm. Might want to add. And Pimp also on the Hoodwink Sublime stuff coming out from it, those two. And yeah, the rest, they tried. But their opponents, Gorilla's Pride, there's a reason why they're currently at the top of the board in Division 2. They are a tough team to beat, and some people might even expect them to be in Division 1, which kind of is the case as well. Though, with the Gorilla's Pride win, that also does mean that Wolf Team cannot advance on towards Division 1 this season. So that means Tavo and HFN will be, well, most likely stuck in Division 2 for another season.
Such.
Yeah, Brazilian. Oh, the Brazilian region right now in Division 2 is not having fun, because Interitus was the only other Brazilian team in that region. But of course, that does conclude our cast. And Sparks, do you have any closing remarks?
I mean, these were two great games to watch. You know, I had a lot of fun. Thank you for inviting me to cast with you, of course. And yeah, it's great to watch. I'm definitely I hadn't watched Div 2 SA quite yet, but it's looking very interesting actually. It's a lot of fun to watch these games. So I'm gonna be checking that out more often.
Yeah, and from me, thank you for everyone in chat. There is more South American Dota coming up. Division 1 to be precise. Quickly going to check out the teams that are going to be competing today. We'll start it off with Lava versus Noping, and then Hokori versus SG Esports. Don't forget to hang around. The next match will start in give or take an hour. Plus minus, so hopefully you'll be there for the rest of the show. My name was Dktruman. Joining me on the mic was Sparks, and we wish you all a wonderful day. In case we don't see you, good afternoon, good evening, and good night.